Right, this evening I'm going to make a start on the rear wheel carrier. Well, actually lifting it. At the moment, wheel go in the air, and even though it's quite cold, doesn't really want to stay. The gas rams need to upgrade the gas rams basically, so upgrade these rams. These are from SGS Nitro Lift. These are monster by comparison to that, and they're adjustable, so once they're fitted you can let off the amount of power it takes. So there's a few other things. In order to beef these up, you have to beef these up, because when the door's shut and the ram is in full pressure, because that's when it's in pressure, it's not when it's open like this. When it's shut, it will bend that, especially if temperature's warm and stuff like that. So these I got these online from a company in Germany that make them. Can't think who they are now, but anyway, they're really beefy by comparison, really beefy. So because the gas ram is bigger, more stronger, more powerful, the actual fitting is bigger as well. So there's a lot of niggly, tweaky bits that have to go to make this stronger. But without that, the thing would just come down on your head all the time. So it's not just about lifting the rear wheel carrier, but also lifting the wheel. So first things first, I need to load the whole door up, get everything at the weight it's going to be, because once it's in the air and the rams are on, I need all the weight to be right in order to adjust them to get it opening and closing. If I work without the wheel on, I'm going to have to struggle a wheel up on top of the boot once the gas rams are in, which I stand no chance of getting down. So anyway, it's going to be fun, because I've got to take the gas rams off, hold the boot up, load of weight, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, let's get into it. All right, it's on. Looks all right, eh? Apart from it's really dirty. Looks pretty sketchy. Probably is pretty sketchy. But fortunately, it's all just held up by that. I just used these ladders with the blocks on just to get it high enough so that I could hitch that up without having to dangle the chain and everything all over the back of it and have it. Take these little clips off of the end of the gas ram, and that should okay, we're in. So these rams actually have to be fitted the other way up. So you see there on that side, or on the other side, the thick bit is at the bottom, is at the top, because these need to be bled in order to adjust them. This end with the grub screw needs to go at the other side, so we're actually flipping it round. So I've taken off this piece, the old bracket jobby. Obviously the gas ram's off, the old one, and taken out this, which is the connector pivot ball collector jobby, which is in here. Immediately, problem here is the disparity in length, so I'm going to have to reduce the size of that, otherwise it's going to end up popping out the side of the boot. So this is easy, I suppose. Cut that down. What's actually turned out as a bit more of a problem is the length of this compared to the length of this. It's about 35mm too long. I suppose I measured some things wrong. I don't know if I did. I think what it is these are ends. They're actually, if we get that in there, use the little digger on the end of the vernier caliper jobby. 20, there's 20mm in there. The thread on here is like, let's use 12 and 10. And overall it's about 35mm too big. So I'm either need to just replace this, or cut 8mm off these, get 16 back by making this shorter on here, and hopefully there's 15mm give in the whole thing. It may well be the case there is, because at the moment I've not taken that side off. So when I push it up, it will only go as far as that stay, that ram, that will stop it from going any higher. So I may find that if I take that one off, I can push it up higher, get it on, and I'm in. It may also mean that by that being 35mm longer, it ends up binding in ways here at the top I don't really want it to do. Especially wheel carrier and the fiberglass roof. I don't want it to hit that as when it goes up, if it's sitting up too high. So I think at this point I'm going to reduce the insides of these, or reduce the length of these, so they're further in like that. Nibble back that 18mm and then connect everything up and do it. To be fair, the right tool to get rid of that little surface rust. Just treat it into this fella. So just quickly mask that out. Right, going to get back to it. These beefed up brackets need to go back here. Putting a bit of thread lock blue, if I can get any out. Stop the bolts undoing themselves, basically. Made by Loctite. So 2 or 3. Okay, so next one is to shorten this down to this length. So the stud needs to be reduced on this one. The way I'm going to do that is stack this up like that. There's a couple of washers just to get the right, to ensure that I'm going to get the right height. I'm just going to use that as a guide. I'm going to cut that through there and then wind that nut off. Great thing about having a nut on there as you cut it is you're going to pull the thread back through as you take it off, because obviously you're going to mash the thread up, cutting it, and then that comes undone. As you undo that, you're going to re-thread it, and then you can just file the top off and be back to being usable. Right, so here we go. I've cut it off flush like that, and then just use the old, and as that comes out, it recuts the thread. Now that should be roughly the right length. Yeah, there we go. And then I just need to finish up that. Okay, this is a tool. Just puts my chamfer on the top of a stud. They're both on, and I've started letting the gas off so I can get it to move, because it was like rock solid. It's like they're 1400 newtons each, so it's going to be quite a lot of let off before we get it to the point that it's going to be going to be operable. At the moment it's like this. So it just needs a little bit more letting off. So got a wee Allen key that comes with the kit. It's quite, when you fit them so the grub screw is accessible. I did that side and it wasn't really accessible. It was going to be a pain, so I took it off and retweaked it. So you just put it in 1 second and then go on to the other side, and then as you go just balance up. If it feels like you're letting one side off or it feels uneven, just balance it out with a little ad hoc. Also work out. It's just not getting to that point where you can just go, okay, and then we're done. So keep going. And hopefully we won't let too much off. Like you can see, it's still holding it up, no problem. And that's the point, is that it's got to hold it up there. As soon as that starts to become a bit droopy, it's no good. I don't know if it was my imagination, but I heard something go boom, boom, like a flex in something. So I'm going to let it off. That went down, but it's still a bit tough. So there we have it. So I still have a bit to do, because that is, I'm going to have to shave a bit off the wheel carrier so it doesn't hit that roof when that pop top's down. And it's getting a bit grindy up here. I think it's damaging the paint, so I'm probably going to have to cut where it laps over the top of the tailgate. I'm probably going to have to cut it, just cut it with a grinder, take it off, cut it with a grinder, pull it back, weld it, flat it off, and then that will just bring it back in a bit snug. There's like a couple of mil, and it just all makes up a bit of difference. I can make it just to fit a bit better. Now I know where it's all going. And obviously touch up a bit of paint where it's gone south. I feel like I'm going to let one more off. Right, so that's it fitted, the Williams wheel carrier, and then upgrade the gas rams to adjustable from SGS. The brackets, the beefed up brackets, were from Uprate bus, Germany. I had to buy them from Germany. Wasn't that difficult. I think in hindsight I should have done it before I painted the van, and got it all fiddled out and got all the bits quite right. I'm going to have to go back and tweak the wheel carrier just to get it so it sits nicely. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It's good.